the waste into material, the usable material, usable product. And due to that value proportion today, Debrisol is known in entire India. Same way, Management Group has developed a unique value proportion by valorization of the Taropa, which earlier uh, comes in dump sites, and it's a very big, proportionally very big to create a greenhouse gas emissions. Today, Zero Waste Management Group have developed a unique brand like Taropa, and they have started the Taropa valorization by making a cocoa peat and some another valuable products out of the Taropa, even including the replacement of the single-use plastics, DCs, and groceries from the Taropa. Today, Taropa is again very well known to entire India. So creating your brand and marketing is very important pillar to run the entrepreneurship. Same way, managing your operations and finances is the essential pillar. Without this pillar, you cannot run your business. So set up your accounting and bookkeeping very first. You must have to track your expenses day-to-day basis. You have to manage your profits. You have to manage your taxes. You have to hire proper employees, and you have to run the entire show. राज कपूर शायद मे बी अभी के जो स्टूडेंट्स है उसको राज कपूर का नाम मालूम है नहीं मालूम है, आई डोंट नो, बट ही वाज द वेरी लेजेंड एक्टर ड्यूरिंग आवर टाइम. एंड उनका एक स्टेटमेंट था, द शो मस्ट बी गो ऑन. तो ऊपर के जो सारे पिलर्स हैं ना, उसमें कुछ भी इधर उधर हो जाए ना, फिर भी द शो मस्ट बी गो ऑन. So you must have to manage your operations, you must have to manage your finances. That is the show must go on. Scaling and growing. That is continuously you have to improve your product. Continuously you have to improve your services. Continuously you have to keep your contacts with your customers and take their feedback. And continuously you must have to expand your market reach, your automate processes, and you must have to optimize efficiency also. So basically your ideal customers and their pain points, their needs is your business. So you must have to identify very clearly pain of your customer, and pain of your customer is your business. So how to start a startup company? First of all, you identified your target customers, you identified their pain, you identified your skill, your resources, your passion, and your efficiency, and transform your identified customers' pain into your business. So I should say, first of all, identify a problem and business idea. It means identify a gap in anywhere, in any process, right? In any business, anywhere. Then conduct market research and validate your idea. एक बार एक आप गैप आइडेंटिफाइड करो, उसके बाद आप उसको वैलिडेट करने के लिए आपके फ्रेंड सर्कल्स है, आपके जो भी कोई कांटेक्ट में आ रहे हैं, वो सबके साथ डिस्कस करो. यू हैव टू डिस्कस ऑल योर gap analysis, your business idea, everything to your circle. You have to listen them, you have to do argue with them, you have to convince them, you have to learn from them, and after all that you have to develop a business plan. And this business plan should include your entire very clear vision, very clear mission, and very clear structure of your business. Under this structure, I will develop this kind of strategy, and by this strategy, I will run the business. It should be your business plan. And Always your business plan should include the financials model also. Suppose someone has given you 100 rupees for running a business, then how you will spend this 100 rupees and how you can get back again, and how much time required to get it back again, by how much profit. That every aspect should be clearly written in your business plan. And now you must has to choose the business structure. Either it may be a proprietor, either it may be a partnership, either it may be a some small kind of LLP model, limited liability partnership model, or it may be a private limited, or it may be a limited company. But anyone, you must has to register your startup with the government body like state GST, tax structures, pollution control board, and any kind of permissions you need, that you must has to require, and you have to avail from the component authorities. The same way, you have to secure your funding to run your startup. Again, you need fund. If you have a limited fund, then you make a business plan how you will increase the fund and from where you will increase the fund, and you very clearly you fix the timeline within which timeline you will create the fund. It is very important. So from the first minimum viable product to launch in the market, you need five all these five steps finished before launching the product. Then you identified minimum viable product from your business idea, and you launch that product in the market. Your launching should be very attractive. Your launching should be very fantastic. So at the same time of the launching, you can create the brand of your business, which can help to scale your business, and which can grow your business very efficiently.
Sir, could you explain MVP?
Okay. Minimum viable product. Minimum viable product is, it may be possible your business plan is having a multiple steps or a single product or anything, but you have to choose, you have to compare your entire business strategy with the deliverables. You have to compare your entire business strategy with your deliverables, and you have to identify one deliverable which should be the minimum deliverable to the market immediately. And that deliverable should be your efficiency and your potency, in which you never become fail. That should be your MVP. Understand?
I would quickly like to add, Daksh, it's a very good question because uh, let me give you one example. Let's say if somebody wants to create an electric vehicle, there could be multiple features that you can add into an electrical vehicle. There are tons of features like having a Google Map to audio, voice-based commands and all that. But one of the prime feature would be probably the battery life. Now that particular, as Sir rightly mentioned, that deliverable is something which is your USP, your unique selling point, and that is going to make you kickstart an entire new thing where people are going to notice you. So that particular feature is called minimum viable product of something that you're going to launch in future. I hope you're clear, right?
Understood. Yes, sir. Yes.
Perfect.
So please continue.
So your this minimum viable product should be highlighted at the time of launching, which create your scalability and your growth for the entire business. So you must have to keep innovating and stay, even by innovating also, you have to stay resilient, right? So these all are the startup and the entrepreneurship. Particularly if I say about my journey of entrepreneurship, I came from a very small village of South Gujarat, and that village was earlier, before independence, it was a no-source village identified by the government of India. So no-source village means what? That village is having no drinkable water, no electricity, and no connectivity of the roads, and like that kind of all situations of that village, right? But after independent, it was not like today. It is not like that. It is a very good village right now. I have started in 1987 when I was a student as a seller of some specific product to resellers like local shopkeepers, and my selling item is stickers for thin discs on which rolls the atta of papad. They make a papad, right? And I have to sell that stickers on for the discs of papad. So I have started to sell that uh, stickers. In 1989 to 90, as a seller of specialty stationery in schools like graph books, lab manuals, kind of stationery, I had sold. In 1990 to 2005, as a software development, hardware selling, maintenance of that hardware, content creation, school literacy projects launching, data migration work, textbooks writer, as a publisher and seller of the textbooks, almost every needs of the client in the field of IT and computers. Because uh, during 1990 to 2005 is the era of computer in early stage of in India. Then in 2005 to 2014, I have shifted my entire business by my innovation of Jetrofa-based biodiesel. And from 2014 to till date, I have identified the gap and fulfilled by launching of the resource recovery station from daily fresh garbage, municipal garbage, and first co-pyrolysis facility for biomass and waste plastics together. And I have first successfully exported high-speed rapid fluxolysis technology to developed nations from India to Canada. So this is the entire. This is why I have given my example, because this is the very clear entrepreneurship journey. Started from the very small business and recently converted completely into a big venture. So this is the uh, keeping the innovating and all the things. So I think the concept is very clear. I should now stop this sharing and we should take the discussions. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any question, answer? Any questions?
Hello, sir. Good morning. My name is Ayan Jain. I have a question. When we start a business, there are lots of risks.
You are not
How
clearly audible.
can, am I audible now?
Not clear.
Ayan, if that is the case, if you are not audible, you can just put the question in the chat box also.
Sir, I had a question. Sir, am I audible?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, so sir, while launching a startup, other than investment, what other challenges can the entrepreneur face?
To convincing the investors is the biggest challenge. In that case, you must have a very clear strategy of your business, and very clear gap identification should be there. And then you must have has to convince your bank, your financiers, or your investors to before launching the startup, and that is the biggest challenge.
Okay, sir.
Actually, before that, as per my opinion, the biggest challenge is to identify yourself first of all, because to identify your skills, identifying your ability, identifying your resources are the key points. If you are very good to identify yourself, then everything you can manage.
Understood, sir.
I'll quickly add to the what Sir has rightly mentioned. See, when you are in entrepreneurship, the one word that you should take very seriously is challenges. So if you're looking for any kind of comfort, if you're looking for any kind of luxury, do not come into this space, because startup is something which starts from a one person idea, and then it becomes a multi-billion dollar company. And when it starts, it comes with its own struggles. Struggle of even cleaning the premises is something that the entrepreneur has to face. So starting from that particular point to raising it to a multi-billion dollar company, everything will be challenged. So those who are up for,
The,
facing those challenges, should be somebody who should be looking for getting into, entrepreneurship journey. Otherwise, of course, there are a lot of options where you can be very comfortable, you can lead a very good life. But here in the startup journey, it all starts with the challenge and it all continues with the challenge.
the tagline should be stay hungry, stay foolish.
Sir, one more thing. Could you elaborate on business plan? Like what all things need to it should have?
Amit, can you explain?
Yeah, I'll quickly add to that. So Daksh, see, whenever you are moving from one place to another, you always have things in mind, where you will start from, where you will stop for a while, and then where you will reach. Business plan is a document that helps you to define that journey for your startup or for whatever you are going to create. So now, when we talk about startups, when we talk about business, there are a lot of elements which needs to be taken care of. They could be your investments, they could be your people, they could be your resources, your time, your milestones in the journey of this particular startup. So now, when you have a plan which kind of has a defined timeline for everything, like let's say, for example, how much money you're going to invest into a particular thing. It could be raw material, it could be machinery, it could be the research that you want to do, or it could be even exploring the market. That all needs to be defined in a particular timeline where you know your limitation, where you know your strength. So let's say you are going to need two people along with you to execute your plan or your idea. Now that is part of business plan. Let's say you are going to you will need assistance from a incubator center. That needs to be you know something which is part of your plan. So business plan, I'm not getting into the very technical details of it, but yes, what I want you to understand is that whenever you want to excel into something, you need to have a structure which kind of helps you to understand what you need to do next and what you did was right or not. So the structure of business plan will help you to understand that whether your idea of startup is going into a right direction or not. There are a lot of people and a lot of news that we hear that people started with lot of things, but they couldn't run their startups. For example, Byju's is one of the biggest example. Started very big. It was a multi-billion company, became a multi-billion company. But what happened? We all are knowing this. Now, why? Why this happened? And probably one of the reason could be, which I think is probably they didn't had the plan of succession after their success. So even that is something which should be part of your business plan. So anything and everything that helps you to strategize, structure, and follow a dedicated path towards your achievement should be part of your business plan.
Thank you, sir.
Resilience is very important. See, basically, resilience is very important. So, keeping the innovation in your business and the resilience is the very important two aspects of the entire entrepreneurship. And so, Amit sir has given the example of Byju's. Byju's is failed in resilience, right? So, it is very important to understand your capability, and you must have it. See, I should say your ABCD is having 26 characters, not only plan A and plan B. It may be a plan C, it may be a plan Z, right? So keeping and rolling your passion is a very important thing. So there are always options available in the market to keep sustainability, to keep the sustainable your business, to understand the market and customer and everything, right? So you should have a capability to understand your total business, and accordingly you must have a study to alter any ideas also, right? So these all are the requirements of sustainability of your business and entrepreneurship. Anything?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No, sir.
Yes, definitely. First of all, good morning to all. I would like to thank RNGPID Institute of Technology for providing such a wonderful platform to interact with the young generation of our institute.
Good morning,
And,
sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Under the mentorship of Mr. Dharmendra Bhai Parekh, I have started the solid waste management processing facility in Vyara Nagar Palika, which is around 35 kilometers from Badoli colleges. I would like to share PPT with you. Wait a moment. Is the PPT? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the Debrisol Private Limited is the company which is which is basically involved in processing of municipal solid waste. Okay, so ये जो जर्नी है, ये अंडर द मेंटरशिप ऑफ मिस्टर धर्मेंद्र भाई पारिक के अंदर मैं उनका स्टूडेंट रह चुका हूँ. हम लोग ने ये जर्नी कचरे से कंचन तक का जो सफर होता है, कचरे में से हम किस तरह से वैल्यू एडिशन कर सकते हैं. ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिस ऐसी थी कि जो भी गार्बेज रहता था उसको, आप लोग ने सबने पहाड़ देखा होगा कचरे का. अगर आप अहमदाबाद तरफ गए होंगे, बड़ौदा तरफ गए होंगे, या किसी भी आपके इवन विलेज में भी आपको कचरे का पहाड़ देखने को मिलेगा. एक डंप मिलेगा और जब उसका क्वांटिटी बढ़ जाता है तो वहां पे फायर कर देते हैं. किसी ने ये चीज को ऑब्जर्व किया है आप लोग में से किसी ने? हेलो हेलो हेलो.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
ये मैंने ये स्लाइड्स मैंने एक ओपन किया है, तो आप लोग में से किसी ने ये सिचुएशन को ऑब्जर्व किया है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Dirty. I have seen beaches.
यस, डेफिनेटली. ये बीचेस में अपना जो प्लास्टिक वेस्ट है वो कैसे पहुंचता? ये जो विलेजेस में डंप किया हुआ वहां की जो लेक है, वहां से एक्यूमुलेट होते होते फ्लो होते हुए वहां पहुंच जाता. लेकिन हम उसको इनिशियल स्टेज पे रिकवर करके उसका वैल्यू एडिशन हम लोग कर सकते. तो वैसा ही एक स्टार्टअप हमने म्युनिसिपल सॉलिड वेस्ट के साथ किया, जिसमें ट्राई पार्टी एग्रीमेंट हुआ. उसमें व्यारा नगर पालिका और KPS काकरा पार्क एटॉमिक पावर स्टेशन और डेब्रिसोल प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, इस तरीके से 3 स्टेक होल्डर इन्वॉल्व हुए. और वो लोग ने ये प्रॉब्लम को एक रिसोर्स रिकवरी स्टेशन में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए एक प्लान आउट किया. स्टार्टिंग में हमको भी बहुत हर्डल्स फेस करने को रहे. फिर गवर्नमेंट ने 2016 में स्वच्छ भारत मिशन, आप लोग ने सुना होगा स्वच्छ भारत मिशन, ये एक प्रोग्राम लॉन्च किया. और इसमें भी सबसे बड़ा जो पॉलिसी में मॉडिफिकेशन बोल सकते हैं या एक तरह का डिजाइन, धर्मेंद्र भाई ने बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले किया कि साइट पे हमको क्या बेसिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चाहिए ताकि हम इसको एक कंप्लीट रिसोर्स रिकवरी स्टेशन में कन्वर्ट कर सकें. उसमें बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट रोल धर्मेंद्र भाई ने प्ले किया है. अभी आप देख रहे होंगे ये जो सारी फैसिलिटी आप देख रहे हैं, वेस्ट टू वेल्थ, पायरोमार्क इनोवेटिव वेस्ट टू फ्यूल, ये हमने एक फैसिलिटी व्यारा नगर पालिका में इंस्टॉल की जो कि इको फ्रेंडली फैसिलिटी है. और इसमें एनी काइंड ऑफ बायोमास, इवन प्लास्टिक वेस्ट का कन्वर्जन एक वैल्यू एडेड प्रोडक्ट से ट्रांसफॉर्म किया जा सकता है. और ये टेक्नोलॉजी पैटेंटेड टेक्नोलॉजी है. इसका ट्रेडमार्क पायरोमार्क से हम लोग ने रजिस्टर्ड किया हुआ है, और जो कि एक इनोवेटिव टेक्नोलॉजी का इसे अवार्ड भी मिला हुआ है. ये टेक्नोलॉजी की सबसे बड़ी ब्यूटी ये है कि इको फ्रेंडली टेक्नोलॉजी है. इसमें आपको चिमनी, जीरो एमिशन आपको कहीं पे भी देखने नहीं मिलेगा. इंडिजिनस टेक्नोलॉजी है, ट्रांसफॉर्म वेस्ट टू वेल्थ एज वैल्यूएबल कमोडिटी प्रोडक्ट्स एंड रिड्यूसिंग ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस. जो अब तक लैंडफिल में कार्बन एमिशंस को बढ़ावा देता था, तो उसकी जगह ये हम लोग ने ये, और इसका भी स्टार्टअप स्टूडेंट्स हम लोग ने लेबोरेटरी स्केल से स्टार्टअप किया. 500 ग्राम के जो वेसल्स है वहां से इसको प्रोड्यूस करके अप टू 3 टन पर डे की फैसिलिटी डेवलप की थी. और इसका आप लोग ने कभी भी कोई भी डंप साइट को देखा है फ्रेंड्स? हेलो.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, आप लोग ने कभी भी कोई भी डंप साइट्स को देखा है?
Yes.
ओके.
Yes, sir.
तो हाँ, तो गवर्नमेंट ने एक इनिशिएटिव भी लिया था कि हम लोग ड्राई वेस्ट और वेट वेस्ट को अलग करें. पर कभी भी आपने वो चीज अपने घर से आपने उसको इनिशिएट किया है कि आपके घर में 2 डस्टबिन हैं?
Yes.
ओके, चलो बहुत बढ़िया। तो अभी मैं आपको उसमें से दिखाता हूँ कि क्या क्या प्रोसेस रिकवर की जाती है। आपका जो भी गार्बेज है वो इस तरीके से वेइंग ब्रिज पे वेइंग होके आता है, और ये जो ड्राई वेस्ट है उसको मैनुअल सेग्रीगेट करके आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे हम लोग प्रोडक्ट को रिकवर कर रहे हैं। ये सारी फैसिलिटी है फीडर एंड ट्रॉमेल। और जो सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक्स होते हैं उसकी सारी मशीनरीज हैं। इसका आप लाइव डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन ब्यारा की म्युनिसिपल सॉलिड वेस्ट की साइट पे कभी भी आप देख सकते हैं। अभी आपको प्रोसेस समझाने जाएंगे तो फिर थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेट हो जाएगा, तो खाली आपको मैं फैसिलिटीज के बारे में थोड़ा बता देता हूँ। हम लोग ने जो रिकवरी किया उसमें से ये सारे जो प्लास्टिक वेस्ट थे, एग्लोमेरेटेड प्लास्टिक्स, रिसाइक्लेबल प्लास्टिक लम्स, बायोचार, एक्टिवेटेड कार्बन और ग्रीन वेस्ट का सिटी कंपोस्ट, वर्मी कंपोस्ट, और जो रिसाइक्लेबल प्रोडक्ट्स हैं जैसे कि आप ये स्क्रैप्स देख सकते हैं, पेट बॉटल्स, ट्रांसपेरेंट ग्लास, मिक्स वेस्ट कलर प्लास्टिक्स, ग्लासेस, कार्डबोर्ड्स, और ये सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक जो सबसे बड़ा न्यूसेंस है, इसका भी हमने वैल्यू एडिशन करके प्लास्टिक प्रोडक्ट डेवलप की, जो कि बिटुमेन बाइंडर, रोड की स्ट्रेंथ, रोड की ड्यूरेबिलिटी बढ़ाने के लिए सबसे बेस्ट मटेरियल हम लोग ने ये इंडिजिनस इसको प्रोड्यूस किया है। और आपसे मैं एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहता हूं कि जो कोकोनट है ये किस टाइप के वेस्ट की कैटेगरी में आप कंसीडर करेंगे, वेट वेस्ट के ड्राई वेस्ट?
Wet waste, sir.
ये कंफ्यूजन आपका चलो मैं दूर करता हूं कि ये जो कोकोनट है तो ये ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट, लेकिन ये ग्रीन वेस्ट में भी नहीं आएगा और नॉन डिग्रेडेबल वेस्ट है। इसको डिकम्पोज होने में मिनिमम 8 to 9 years लगते हैं, तब जाके वो डिकम्पोज होता है। तब ये चीज हमने आइडेंटिफाई की और वहां पे फिर तरोफा प्राइवेट लिमिटेड ऑर्गेनिक कंपनी ने एक प्रोसेस डिजाइन किया कि हमें इस चैलेंज को कैसे ओवरकम करें। तो लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस तरोफा। वेट अ मोमेंट, आपको स्लाइड्स वेरी विजिबल हो रही है तरोफा? हेलो
Yes, sir.
हेलो, हाँ। अभी मैं इसके बारे में आपको और ब्रीफली एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए मिस्टर अमित जी को इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहा हूँ।
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Viren, ये
morning,
डेब्रिस
sir.
हॉल का
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Cool. So, the very important thing, first thing first, how many of us are having some idea and are planning to get into entrepreneurship?
Sir, me.
Great. Everyone? सबके पास idea
Yes.
already है या they are still figuring out
Got
what
an
they want?
idea. I have
Sir,
an idea.
little bit research.
We're
Research
finding
is
the
left.
problem.
Great. So let's do one thing. Let's take this journey as a few people are my team, and let us just go through what we are doing. And if you have any suggestion, you tell us what we did. I'll tell you, so that this way we'll make this as a startup which we all are together taking ahead. Fine. So let me tell you the problem. The problem was that have you seen the tender coconut? जो नारियल पानी आपने देखा है तो उसका जो शेल होता है,
Yes, sir.
Viren was telling you that that shell is organic but it takes years to decompose, right? And just you all are still young to know this, but जो भी नारियल पानी वाला होता है, the roadside vendor, they have a very big problem of disposing this waste to landfills. Imagine, आपके घर में कितना कचरा जनरेट होता है एक दिन में? In your house, what is the gram of waste that is generated? Probably not more than 150 gram. Probably some peels of vegetable or some plastic waste. But imagine अगर किसी ने घर पे नारियल पी लिया, एक टेंडर कोकोनट पी लिया, तुरंत उस वेस्ट का जो वेटेज है that goes into kgs, right? And that was a big
Yes.
problem because that waste goes to landfill and it stays there for years. So what we thought is that if we can control this and we can create something out of it, that would be something phenomenal because नारियल पानी का पानी तो आपने पी लिया है, अब जो नारियल है वो आपके लिए वेस्ट है, तो आप उसको थ्रो कर रहे हो. And we as a company are picking that नारियल का shell and converting it into beautiful products. Right? So getting pain point समझ में आ गया सबको? Right? So the pain point was कि नारियल का शेल जो था वो बिना यूज किए हम लैंडफिल्स पर डाल देते थे और उसकी वजह से there were greenhouse gases which are getting emitted. So we identified this problem and what we did was this. You are able to see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Great. So, जैसा धर्मेंद्र सर ने पहले बोला था that you have to do a lot of research. So when we did our research, we came to know that India produces 20,535 million nuts of tender coconut every year. So 20,535 million nuts. Just imagine the kind of space this tender coconut will take if we collect them all and put it all together. So this tender coconut, as I said earlier, were going to waste, and because of which they were creating a lot of problem to nature also and were not used anywhere. So we as Tarofa, what we did, we identified the problem, we segregated the tender coconut from the waste, and what we started doing is to uplift them into value-added products, right? So for that, we created an entire ecosystem. So today, how Tarofa ecosystem works, jitne bhi tender coconut vendors hain, like for example, here you can see this image where you are able to see this guy in a t-shirt and an umbrella on top of him. So what we did is that we tied up with all the tender coconut vendors. We gave them our t-shirts, we gave them the umbrellas, and we started calling them Sustainable Sathi. Now, because when we gave this name to them, there was an identity associated with this person. And he also started feeling that he is part of something very big. Now, what we wanted against all this was the empty shell of Nariyal Pani, the tender coconut. जो लोग आते हैं एक टेंडर कोकोनट वेंडर के यहाँ से पी के चले जाते हैं, उसका जो फाइनल वेस्ट बच जाता है, that was something we wanted. But we also understood that what we are doing should also reach out to end people, the people like you and me who are going there and drinking the tender coconut water. So we started another part of this campaign and we call this as a sustainable warrior. Now, sustainable warrior is somebody just like you or me who goes down to a vendor, has the tender coconut ka nariyal pani, and tells the sustainable Sathi that please do not throw this shell, give this to Tarofa, and they will create good things out of it. Right? So abhi tak, as I said earlier, we all are now part of this team. So what have you understood? Quickly, somebody if can quickly tell me in a summary what you have understood till now in this journey. You want me to summarize or you want somebody to let me know what you have understood till now?
Sir, could you repeat? I did not get the last part.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that, as I said earlier, we all are a team and we are taking through this journey of Tarofa. So I would love to know what all you people have understood till now about Tarofa.
So, sir, it's about disposal of coconuts. So we'll have to ensure what will be the process, how we'll establish everything.
Great. So I'll quickly summarize. So as a startup Tarofa, what we did was first we created an ecosystem where we held up the sustainable Sathi, the tender coconut vendor, and from them we started taking the raw materials. This raw material anyways was going into landfills and it was going to create a lot of problems, environmental problems. We stopped that. Somewhere Tarofa came into picture and it curtailed that problem where these shells were going into landfill and were gonna create a lot of problem. So the next part of it is what we do with these tender coconut shells. And for that, we started creating beautiful product out of it. So one of the product is called coco peat. Now, coco peat is a secondary soil. It's an alternate soil. So you all must be knowing Dubai, right? We all know Dubai, yes?
Yes, sir.
Great. So we also know that Dubai is majorly the part of Dubai is a desert, but still we see a lot of plantation happening there. And that is because of the coco peat which has been exported from India to Dubai. So they've created a layer of soil through coco peat, which comes from this coconut, the tender coconut. So what Tarofa did is Tarofa converted the waste that we create, the waste that we leave behind after consuming the tender coconut water, we converted that waste into something called coco peat, which is now exported to foreign countries and it acts as alternate soil there. We converted the tender coconut into cocoa pellet. This image that you see here, it is called cocoa pellet and it is used into a generation of fuel. So this is an alternate fuel. Like instead of burning coal, a lot of places where you do not have any other fuel to burn or to cook, you can use this pellet as your fuel. So this was again one very big nature impact that we were able to create, that instead of fossil fuels, we were generating another fuel from the waste, and that has been provided to needy people who were not able to get either coal or even they had to cut the wood or something for making their meals. Another part that we are generating is coconut coir. This coconut coir is, you might have seen, like for example, what you see in this first image. You might have seen this coir being used in a lot of packaging solutions. A lot of people create secondary packaging out of this coir material. A lot of beds are created using the layer of coir. Above all this, the hero product that we had was this, and it is called Havan Vati. Now, Havan Vati is again an alternative to incense stick, जो आप अगरबत्ती करते हैं घर में. So जितने भी नारियल temples में से generate होते हैं, like we go there and we offer our prasad, we offer kind of coconuts there, and उन coconuts में से जो waste generate होता है is in tons. Like imagine a lot of people have gone to Kumbh this year. Any quick number that you can give? How many people have visited Kumbh, Mahakumbh? Anybody can put some light on this? Do we know how many people have visited Mahakumbh this year?
Sir, I am
Around
not sure about the amount, but a lot of people visited.
Yeah,
So
so that is in
4.90
crores, right?
million.
Correct. So that is in crores. A lot of people have gone there, and what they do there, they offer coconut as part of their prayers. Now, these coconuts gets into waste. So what we were discussing on our presentation, that temples also generate a lot of things that are considered as waste after a point in time because they do not have the capacity to process these coconut shells. And that is where Tarofa comes. It takes these coconut shells from the temple, helps them to reduce their waste generation. Excuse me. And out of that, we create the Havan Vati. Now, this Havan Vati is an alternate to incense sticks. जो अगरबत्ती आप करते हैं घर में, that agarbatti is created out of chemicals. It has bamboo, So overall, it has a very bad impact on nature. Sorry. And to curtail that, we created this product, which is Havan Vati, which has now been accepted by hundreds of people all across here in Gujarat, which is our primary market. And people have shifted from incense sticks to Havan Vati because now they understand that these Havan Vatis are coming from the coconuts which have been offered into the temple. And we as a company has saved those coconuts from going into landfills, from going into waste. So this way we were able to create a lot of social impact. So today, if I say what Tarofa as a startup has done, we create a lot of social impact. We were able to uplift the life of sustainable sathis, the coconut shell vendors. We were able to make a lot of people aware about the side effects of throwing coconut shells into landfills, and we call them as sustainable warriors. They are part of our community now. And the best part is where we are able to preserve the coconuts of temples. We are converting them into Havan Vati, which is then again used into the prayers itself. So a lot of time when we are solving a problem as a startup, we also need to understand that you people are the future, and future depends on resources, and those resources are comes with a deadline. Those resources are limited. So unless your startups has an better impact on nature, on resources, you should always consider those ideas again, like what Tarofa today is doing. We are innovating the way coconut shells have been reused or been upscaled, but there's a huge angle of social impact which is changing lives of people, which is helping the nature, which is preserving the biodiversity. And this way, not only we are creating impact economically, but also on social and natural levels. So whatever you think, whatever you create, whatever you go ahead with, always have this angle of sustainability. Always have this angle of how my startup is going to affect the nature, because nature is again a limited resource. If you consume it out, you are not going to leave anything for next generations to come. So today, very proudly, when I talk about Tarofa as a startup, we are not only creating, economic benefits for people, but we are also preserving nature. And that's why, as you see the tagline, Sanrakshan Prakriti or Sanskritika, we are helping the society also, and we are helping the nature also. And this is how Tarofa as a startup is rolling down. I'm very proud to say that almost 10 lakh tender coconuts we have preserved till now from going into landfills, and that's a very big number. If you can just imagine one coconut and then multiply it by 10 lakh, that's a huge land space that we have kind of saved from getting polluted. So this is all from us. I guess this is what we wanted to share with you people. So if you have any questions, if you have any query from your side for your startup, or for what initiatives we are taking and we are doing right now, so you can ask. I think let's make this completely open. If anybody wants to share something or any feedback or any query, please share.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So, sir, my idea is basically into AI and healthcare. So, for making people aware of this idea and make them trust would be the biggest challenge. Other than this, do you think would be difficult to combine AI and healthcare?
Uh, See, there are two parts. Sure, Vivekji, thank you very much. Daksh, see, whenever you are starting something new, of course, these kind of questions are something which are very natural. You know, you as an startup entrepreneur, we always question ourselves that whatever I am thinking, is the market gonna buy or not? I'll give you two, three tips. First is, of course, the convenience that you create. So you can write this down also, because what the market needs today, first is the convenience. If your idea can create a convenience, like let's just take this example of what Zomato did. Like, we are from India. Imagine, हमें हम कहीं पे भी जाते थे एज इंडियंस, तो हमारी मम्मी या हमारे जो भी रिलेटिव होते हैं घर में, वो डब्बा पैक करके देते थे, राइट, कि कहीं भी जा रहे हो तो खाने पीने का कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना चाहिए. बट what we see today is that there's a complete shift. Nobody's worried about any kind of lunch, breakfast, dinner thing. We all have Zomato, we all have Swiggy. Why it changed the entire behavior? There's an entire behavioral shift that happened, and it happened because the apps were convenient, very convenient. I don't have to bother about, I have choices of my own, I have my own preferences, and there is nobody who's going to tell me what to do. So if you can create convenience, that is the biggest thing in India to get success in terms of app. If you can create that convenience, if you can identify that gap, that why people are not liking to go to labs or to doctors, if you can identify that and you can convert it into a convenience into your app, people are going to certainly like you. That is first. Second point, do not make it for everybody. This may sound a little weird, but my point is, for initial phase, make it for a particular set of people only. Probably, let's say, I'm not very aware of your idea, but I'm just putting a random example. Let's say you address only a particular disease and you went deep down into it. For example, diabetes. So first create a case study. You know, once your case study, once your user base is ready and accepting what you've created for diabetes, then it is just a cakewalk. Then you can replicate it to other set of disease, and probably the people will understand the depth of information that you provide through your app. So first is convenience. Second is, do not make it for everybody. Just make it for a particular segment. Go deep down into it, penetrate into that first. Once you find yourself established that, okay, now my model is settled and people are accepting me, at that point of time, think of doing anything beyond that. Because if you put up your energy into multiple things parallelly, you're not going to land anywhere. Second. Third is, of course, the testimony of people. Whosoever is using it should come up with a feedback. And you, as a founder, should be always open to it, listening it, implementing it, understanding it. So if you can do these three things, what you're going to create is something called trust. And once trust is established, there is no looking back. Why today we blindly trust Amazon? Why today we blindly trust Oyo? Why today we blindly trust, for that matter, Zomato or Blinkit? Is because they have excelled in the implementation operational part. They may do something very big in future. Blinkit may come with something very different in future. But today, people are loving them is because what they have told, what they have committed, they are doing it. So create convenience, go deep down into one particular thing. Third, be open for feedback, listen to people, listen to your users, what they are saying. Probably at sometimes you may feel what I feel all the time. You may feel that this particular person is even not able to comment on my app, or is not understanding my app. I should not bother to listen to him. But that small input may change the entire game. So if you are able to, I always use this term, learn to unlearn. There could be 10 things getting in your mind, but when you unlearn all of them and learn from the feedback, learn from the actual user, then you will be able to create something, and that is trust, which is the most important thing.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good luck for your startup.
Thank you, sir.
Vivek ji, are you there? Okay. Yeah, now it is audible. Please.
Thank you. Thank you very much, all of you.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.